Okay, let's start. I want to upgrade the weapon system. I want to change that when I try to lay mines, that they are that I can lay mines in an infinite times. So I want them like an ammunition concept, having it like you have 4 mines or 3 mines, and you have something like a cooldown mechanism. So you're at the moment, let's play the game. Let's start. For the moment, at the moment, you can lay as much mines as possible as you want, and you just have the possibility to say every 4 seconds you can lay a mine. And I'm thinking about having something like an ammunition print. So you need to collect or produce ammunition. So you have at the beginning 1 mine, and later only 1 mine, and later you need to collect something to have more than this single mine. It's just, I think about it. I'm not sure if I want to have it. Maybe it's better to... Oh, I'm dying here. So I need to fly around here. And yes, and I don't like the way the mine is exploding. It must be much quicker, I think. So maybe I change that at first. It's very simple. So at the moment I have a lot of enemies in that scene here. I want to reduce that first of all. So let's use this, deactivate the enemies at the moment, and then we want to have just a single enemy here. I have reword all. I have here a single enemy that starts following me, starts to follow me, and so I can test my mine laying process with this enemy. It's very simple. So, okay, first step, reducing the explosion time of the mine. That's, I think, simple. We can try that out because I have here the prefab, that's the mine, and the mine is after detonation translated into a mine detonation object, and this is this prefab. Okay, so let's change that prefab. Circle and scale animation, that looks fine. And I have here a curve, a mapping curve between time and scale. So the scale is 30, the max scale, that's okay. Let's change it to 1.5 seconds. Let's make it half. One little hint, in Unity you can make mathematical calculations directly in that window just by typing. That's that's very nice. Okay, halftime. Let's have a look if the mine explodes now a little bit faster. Huh? It looks still not very fast. Maybe it needs to get real faster. I'm unsure. Okay. Must be faster. Let's halve it again. Okay, then these beasts need to hit. Oh, okay, that looks fine. That was very quick. Maybe we change it a little bit again. Okay, and we need a alpha mapping. What I don't like is that this is a circle getting bigger and bigger, and then it vanishes. That I don't like that. We need a little extra effect or something like that. Let's have a look. Oh, what I can do is I have a ring shader. Let's have a look. Bomb circle material, I think. So now it is a circle, a glowing, kind of glowing circle, getting bigger. I can show you how I made that shader in a later tutorial. Just write me in the chat and then I know what to do. So let's have a look. Oh, nice. That was very whoa, okay. Not perfect, but maybe I can change it a little bit. It is white, and this is the circle material here, bomb circle material. Let's have a look into the material. Radius, thickness, glow size, and this is a shader. Radius is okay, thickness is okay, but what the heck is glow size? I expected a fine glowing ring. Let's try it again with some kind of blue. Okay. Whoop. Don't like it. It's and we need to change the animation. And we need that glowing stuff. I don't know. I think so. That it should glow. As you can see. I don't know why it is not glowing, but that's a normal question. I don't know if I change the material at runtime, does it work instantly? I don't know. Okay, hit it. I just want to see my glowing circle. There is my circle. Okay, glow size, radius. Okay, it works. Okay, glow size. Okay, don't know what it is. Maybe this. And then we need to change. Not in the prefab. Something like this. Looks strange, but for the moment it's maybe okay for the moment. To make it glow, I need to change the shader, but I don't know if it is a good idea. Because for glowing you need this special kind of extra texture layer, I think. but I have reference materials I can use. Okay, for the moment it's okay. Just okay. I should use this color and alpha value and use it here in the mine detonation prefab. And it was full alpha, I think. So that's the first one. Now the second part is that we want to change the animation, the speed of the scale animation. This is starting real quick. I think we need it much quicker. Something like, I don't know, quicker or less quick? We can try this. Let's, oh, no, not this. This is okay. Let's try it out. Okay. Yes, let's try it out. We will see. The thing is, I make the time a little bit longer here by 25%. Okay, we can round it up. Half second. And then retry this. Ugh. Come on, sweet little enemies. Okay, not perfect. Not perfect, but I think for the moment it's okay. I just want a... I want a glowing ring. It should glow, I think. Most bullets I use in the whole system is glowing. Or are glowing, so maybe... okay, I have a look into the shader. I have here the bomb circle shader, and I have here a basic color glow shader. And the this is the color. This is a shade I use to create glow. Graph inspector, I don't know. And I have here a... Okay, I don't need that stuff down here. Alpha value, base color value, spread mask. That base color, I think, is the key. And we have this emission texture. Emission goes here, and then we do nothing with it. What the heck did I do here? I don't know. Sometimes it's difficult to understand what I have done here. Okay, we need the emission texture if we want only parts to glow, but in this specific shader is just a color shader, just simple base color, and then this color here is an HDR color. That's a key. That's how it's done. So let's go in the bomb circle material or shader, and let's have a look into the same stuff. Here, as you can see, it is a little bit more difficult. You use here a derivation function, glow size, okay, by multiplication divide, clamp 1 minus to invert, and use it as color and alpha. That's a trick. So if we want a specific color that is maybe in HDR color, then we need to put the base color in here. Okay, let's try that out. That's a color, and that's the main color we use here. Oh, there it is. We just needed single time, and this is the main color. Let's have a look into the graphics vector, and the mode is HDR. That's the important thing. So that's the main color, and the intensity is getting higher. And now let's put it into the base color, and now we have a glowing ring dependent on the color. So what if we make the color, we need the main color from the sprite. Can we link it by the reference, like the main texture? I don't know. Maybe we can, maybe you cannot. No, let's try out. Save. Okay, I will write that stuff, but no problem. Now we have a violet. And now we have a more whitey. Save asset. We should have a white. Yes, we have. So let's have a look into the detonation, and we have here this shader, and we want to upgrade the change the shader. So we here, this is a shader. No, this is even not the shader. This is a shader. So we have here the bomb circle material, and this is the main color. I'm not sure if I change the color. Ooh. Okay, as you can see, it's a very strange color scheme. Bomb circle. We need to change the color here. White. So this is a glow. The intensity controls the glow. Like this. What? This. Maybe I want it. It's difficult. We should try out, I think. Let's try out. And before doing that, I maybe create a test object just to see how it works. Let's use a circle just for testing here. And now we use the bomb circle material here. Okay, looks not bad. What if I give it another color? Okay, this is the base color, more bluish. And then let's have a look into that intensity. Oh, okay, that's okay. That's some kind of glow, but it's white, pure white glow. I don't know if I change it here. Oh, now it's more blue. Okay, we need to change the color here, not here. This should be white, and we can control the alpha value. And the color of the ring should be controlled by the material. That's maybe the deal. That's how it works. Okay. This is definitely a very powerful ring, as you can see. And, now it's really harsh glow effect, but only whitish. I'm not sure about it, if it is a good idea, or maybe I can use it like this at the moment for the beginning. And now I have a effect that looks like this. And when we animate the alpha effect too, the alpha value, then the ring gets bigger and fades out. That's what I want. So let's get back into the mine detonation. That's the animations here. We have that curve. And now we want to set the alpha value too. Set alpha controller. And we also need an animation curve evaluation. Copy. Paste component is new component. Sets the alpha. Some documentation. And now having the same mapping, but this is the alpha curve now. And we make it like this for the moment, just to check out. And the destination value is from 0 to 1. And we have the result here, and we use not the set scale, but we use the set alpha controller. Set alpha controller, set alpha. So maybe it already works, maybe. A timer gets created, gets bigger, and the alpha is fading out, maybe too quick. Maybe we need to change that a little bit, like this, just to try out. Okay, let's test it. Let's drop this stuff, and the mine should detonate very quickly, and the alpha should fade out. I haven't seen anything. Ah, wonderful. It works perfectly. It works. It doesn't work. We see nothing. Why do we see nothing? I have used this. Okay. Maybe the mapping kicks the alpha value directly to 0. But why? That's what's possible. I think we need to stop the game at the moment when the mine explodes. That's the approach. Just trying out and then halt the game. Okay. Okay, the mine is still there. Okay, there. Created the mine. Here's the detonation. And here is the circle and scale animation, and let's have a look. The alpha is 0, but why? But why is the mapping not correct. The mapping starts from 1 to 0 in a specific amount of time, and we map it from 0 to 1. Is that correct? Yes, I think so. No. Or? Okay, half a second. Not full second, half a second. Here. We map it within half a second. From 0 to 1. And okay, that's the wrong. This is the correct. So we need this kind of mapping within half a second. We map okay, and then the target mapping is source value, max value, destination min max. That's not correct. Okay, I think I found the problem. Mapping y, min value, max value. 0 to 1 within half a second. Okay. I think that's the problem. Set alpha works. Okay, try out. Let's try out. Or first step, change that value. Hopefully it fixes the bug. 1. Hä? I'm pretty sure I already changed that correctly. Here, this is the mistake. 0, 1, 0, 1. Now it should work. Retry. And yes, very good. Oh, looks nice. Very good. Much better. Much better than before. And the self-damage is critical. You need to be careful all the time. Okay. Now maybe I want to lay the mine down and just move it around a little bit. So the mine is not just laying there, it could move around just a little bit. That should be really easy. Okay, let's take the mine, and then we have here a rigid body. That's okay. With a collider, that's also okay. Contact detonator, also okay. We take out the impulse, and now we can use a random movement controller that moves the object in a random way around an X and Y axis about a specific value in a smooth step speed. So I don't know if the values are good, but we can try that out. We should change this component to use the rigid body, maybe, because setting the transform directly in a rigid body object is maybe not that good. Maybe you should use the rigid body to. There is a move function, and maybe it's better to use this. Because the collision system and the physics system does not like any direct transform movement, and the system does not know how to behave if you move an object directly by changing the transform. That's a problem. It is a rigid body. The other way around, maybe we can just, because the mine is not moving, we can set it not dynamic but kinematic. Oh, what I'm talking about, let's try it out. Let's try it out. There's another little issue, maybe an issue, because you should not change anything in a rigid body in an update method, but in the fixed update. That can be some kind of lead to some kind of flickering of the movement if you use the wrong method. Or what I had problems with flickering, that was the really difficult bugs to solve. Okay, now let's have a look if the mine behaves a little bit. Changes. It works really slow. Okay, let's make the speed more than double. Okay, that's nice. Let's retry that. Want to see it again here. Oh. Must be more quick like this. Okay. 4 times. That's nice. But maybe we reduce the range a little bit to this. So we have just a little flickering. Oh. Wee. And it it increases the probability that a enemy is hitting the mine. I think so. Okay. Okay, I need to change something. I want that black hole out of the way. It goes on my nervous. So now it should stop shooting. Yes. Okay, let's get back to the mine prefab and change it again. Mine prefab, yeah, and change it again. Little more area like this, and let's double the speed again. Let's try out, and we need to reduce the smooth time. Ah, nice. This is what I want. Have you seen that? That's cool. Maybe a little more area. And retry. Oh. Great. Okay, I like it. Bam. Yes, very good. Okay, now we upgraded the mine. Let's stop that black hole. I don't like it. Okay, next thing is we already integrated. I think we need to get the whole arena to a point that you can play the whole game. I'm pretty sure we can complete this first arena in just a few steps, because what you have to do is collect the artifacts, then bring the artifacts to the factory. Here's the factory. We already created the factory. We already integrated the factory, like here or there or whatever. Maybe we need a hint where the factory is, and we need a hint where artifacts are generated in asteroids or not enemies yet, but asteroids for the moment. So the main task is to collect maybe something like 10 alien artifacts that are hidden in different asteroids. And then after collecting them, you need to transport them to the factory. That's the main task. I would say. So this is a factory, and then the player should start in the near of the factory. Every other configuration is a little bit strange. So the player can see directly, okay, I need to bring that stuff here. So the thing is, I can just start finding artifacts just by shooting asteroids. I need to survive long enough because the enemies are hard to beat. And then I need to collect the artifacts. The probability is, as I can see, not very high at the moment. So I need to shoot. So I need to shoot a lot of artifacts like this here. Or to shoot asteroids, find an artifact, fly here, and bring the artifact. Yes, I have a little visualization, but it's not very good at the moment. It's hard to see that. Okay, retry. So let's get the artifact. Bring it here. It's so short. It's just in the blink of just less than a second. It's too. I need another kind of idea how to visualize that. So the player sees that he brings artifacts to the station. As next artifact, another artifact. maybe I make them destroyable, so you need to be careful not to destroy them by shooting them very hard. And we need to think how to show how many artifacts you already collected. Maybe we put some kind of number here. And the last thing that is missing, laying mines. We need to change the control. This game is a twin stick touchscreen shooter, so you have the left stick, the right stick, and right stick is pointing and shooting like this. And then you need to tap. We need to implement the tap to lay mines. That is missing. Okay, we start with having that the game ends if you have enough artifacts. So I have a global list here where, not a list, a counter, a global counter, how many artifacts you already found. Let's have a look. Values here, dropped artifact count. Collected, these are the artifacts collected by player. Artifacts dropped in factory. And that's the main goal. Dropping artifacts at the factory. And after a while, after whatever 10 artifacts, you're done. And the game gets harder and harder the longer you need for collecting artifacts. So I'm not sure that that's a balancing point or the balancing value we should, or I should change later. Okay. So first step, these are the points. A point is generated when you kill enemies. And we need another element here in the canvas. What do we have here? This is the health canvas. And we need to find this canvas here. Can I select it here like this? No. Okay. I love it. Let's find it here. Background points and pause and points. Got it. So that's okay. Or should we use another? We can't use the whole header here full of panels. It's too much. I think we need a number on the corner. Left corner, right corner, there are your thumbs, because twin stick shooter, your thumbs are here overlapping the screen, so you should have any things that you need to read or when you use the sticks. So pause this stuff. Let's have a look into the panel. Maybe we need another panel here. Pause version points panel. This is the points panel here. points panel. And we need here a second panel, artifacts, how many artifacts you need to collect, and another number is how much did you already collect. Okay, let's do it very simple, in a very, very simple way. Let's duplicate that, because I want a specific panel just for that, or canvas just for showing the numbers. Artifact counter canvas, something like this, and then we delete everything around we don't need this. How does this panel work? Horizontal layout group. Oh, I love it. Okay, but we can arrange that correctly, hopefully, by, let's do it here, and then the points panel. Okay, it's full screen, and then I have here the position. Here, this is the panel. That's easy. Okay, what we can do here is using here a shift about whatever 50, and then we have here the points, and we need another panel, and that's this one. I'm not sure about that. I'm not a designer at all. I'm a programmer, but I think I can get it into a form so a player knows what to do. Okay, that's the artifact stuff. Value, event, trigger. Let's have a look. Points, evaluate. Okay. Dropped left value. What's the left value? And, dropped artifacts. Goal. So let's do it very simple at the moment. Very, very simple. So the goal is should be a global value. Goal of dropped artifacts, or target, dropped artifact target value. Later on, we need to separate every. This is an arena shooter with multiple arenas, and each arena has its own tasks you have to solve. And we should change the structure of the project later on by separating every stuff per scene. We have first scene this kind of arena, another scene another arena, and in this arena you need to collect artifacts, so you need the artifact target value. In another arena you don't need that, I think. I want I don't want in that game one task that is same for all arenas. I want that each arena has its own kind of task you have to solve. In one arena you need to collect artifacts, in the next you need to destroy all enemies, in the next you have to kill a very big boss enemy or something like that. That's the idea. Okay. Okay, so maybe we say dropped artifacts target value. Let's say you need to drop at least 10 artifacts. That's a good value. And the dropped artifact count we already have. So let's use dropped artifacts, dropped artifact count, and then we have here the target value. So these two values should show now how many you have dropped, how many you need to drop. Yes, another way could be that we have not two panels, we have one panel. Oh yes, one text panel, but I have no component that is able to read from two values and write it into such text mesh pro stuff. Evaluate value event trigger. If we have multiple, we need a specific component. This component works like this. It reads from that scriptable object the value that is stored into the object, then it sends it via that float event to this component that writes the float value into a string value by using this kind of parameter, and this uses TextMesh Pro or sends an event to TextMesh Pro to set the text into the of that to set the text of the TextMesh Pro. So that's the thing. And what I need here are multiple variables. Convert float to string. Maybe we need to convert float array to string. Or we can upgrade that, but we need also to evaluate. But we can use multiple first value, second value. Oh, okay, maybe it works. Let's have a look into it. We have here a convert, and then it is an invocation. What we also can do is to say, okay, we have a convert first value and second value. Because this we should not change it at this point, but we can use multiple evaluates or calling convert float to string. Another way we can create a new component that is working like that, using two or more than two values, combining them into a single text. That's the most easy way to do it. One variable, what if we have more than one? The other way around could be that we have a new evaluate value, evaluate multiple value event trigger or something like that, and we change it, or we have an evaluate, and that is a list. Let's have a look how often it is used. If we have a problem if we change that, we have here the Dependency Viewer. It's a very cool tool. You should add it via the package manager. Dependency Viewer is perfect tool. Just to see that you need to rebuild the dependency index, and if you activate it, you see which components or objects are using that class. That's perfect. And as I can see, a lot of. So maybe we need a version 2. A value event trigger version 2. Let's have a look how it works. It works on a single event and a single float variable. Evaluate. Way to compare. What is this? Way to compare. Okay. So we can compare, and only if the filter is active that it is triggering. What we also can do is that you have an additional list of variables. We have a primary list, primary value, and we have optional, multiple, additional. That's easy. That's not so complicated. And then if we have multiple, then he invokes the event, not just with a new value, but an array. And the receiver becomes an array. Float array. That can work. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. This, and this is a list of additional values to publish. Header, if set, just a little documentation. A float, the float array event publishes all that values, all these values, and we have another event that is not a float event but a float array event. Float array event. So this is a list of additional values to publish, and when we publish the float event, let's have a look here. In this moment we have here the new value, and what we then do then is float array event to trigger, invoke, create array from, and then there we take additional values to publish. And we need this. And this function doesn't exist, and we need to create it. And it's simple. For each float variable in additional. I know there are easier ways and one-line functions, but I like it to do it like this. And we need here if additional return new float array. I don't know this. Then the float array is empty. No, that's not a good idea. This is a good idea, and we need to use this float array other values or additional values, and we forgot to add here this one. Primary value. So we need a float array result array of size 1 plus additional values to publish count. I hope that works. I hope so. So we have a result list with at least the primary value and the additional values. So this stuff, and if there are no additional values, what does he do? Okay, he publishes all. So at least he publishes the primary value. So the first value is definitely the primary value, get value. And we need to do it in another way for we need to okay, let's do it this way. Additional ways to publish count, and then result additional ways to publish get I get value. Perfect. So we changed and aggregated all that values to a float array, so we can publish that in a Unity event, and then we can receive that Unity event in another component and translate it into a comma-separated text. First value slash second value or something like that. So we can combine in one single text line multiple values. Something like you killed 4 of 5 enemies. So that's the thing we need. Return result. So should invoke just here values, and we don't need, okay, if values it's always publishing, so we can do it this way. Perfect. So now we can publish a float array, and we can consume that float array in our other component. I forgot the name. It is a convert float to string. Yes, we can use this too, because we just need to create a second receive method here. Public void convert float array values. Now we receive that and we translate that. And here is a problem that kind of replacement is a little bit difficult. So we can need to generate the base text and call multiple times replace with encounter. Okay. Values length of the array. And what we do now is create that base text variable, replace $I value to string. should work. Now we run through the values and incrementing that variable and invoking at the last moment base text variable. Okay, we need to create a result string, result base text, and what we need to do is this. So replaces, writes back into the result and replaces again, but you need to replace it on result. And we don't need to do this, we just need to invoke result. Okay, let's try that out. Should work. I'm not sure. So what we have done now, we have the possibility to evaluate or read multiple global values at once and publish all values as an array into another component that writes it down, and you know what I mean. So let's read. We have the dropped artifacts and we have the target value. And these are the dropped artifact count. So this we don't need, we just need this. And the text is something like this, 0 of 0. Nice. And then we can here replace by using $1, $2. Okay, I made a super small mistake when I think about it. Super small, because I start the variables with 1 and not 0, so I should use this. Setting brackets just to see what is happening here. Okay, this should work, hopefully. Well, we will see. Let's drop that Kraken. We just need to kill asteroids, find artifacts, and then the numbers here should work. Okay, no exceptions. Oh, this is not correct. Okay, I forgot to publish the correct, use the correct Unity event. So let's have a look again here, and then we need to use not this Unity event, that's a primary float event, but we need to use float array event, and then we trigger that here. Convert float convert. There is my function. Very good. Okay, beautiful. I'm pretty sure that it works now. Or maybe not. We'll see. We see the results right now. Should be. Oh. What have I done? Okay, that's wrong. Why didn't you say anything? That could help. Values replace, and then we need a character. set value to string. This. So not the array, but the values. But if you see both were replaced, so the replacement mechanism works. And now we just want to see if the goal is reached. Okay, nice. 0 of 10. And let's have a look. Now we need to, there it is. Collecting and dropping. Ha! That worked. Ah, beautiful. Dropped 1 of 10. Maybe we write down here the task or something like that, but we can do that later. So the player always knows what he has to do. Shoot asteroids, find artifacts and drop them at the factory. Something like that. Okay, that little piece of code worked. And now there is a last thing we need to do, that is end the game. This is just some kind of prototype I'm using here. There's a lot of more things to do when you end the game, because there are 2 ways to end the game. The first way is by dying, ending the game in this way, and the second is by reaching the goal. And both ways have different implementations. When you die, you just repeat and everything fine. If you not die, if you reach the goal, then you can end it, and then you can use your points you collected to buy new stuff and get into the next arena or something like that. That's the idea. And then we combine multiple arenas by flying from one planet or one arena to the next arena, getting through the goal. Okay, so maybe we can use a small component just to check if the game ends. We don't need this. We don't need this old stuff. So let's have a look. What we need is, we don't need this. Can kill that. We need to evaluate if the dropped okay, so yes, if the end game, here we have the end game condition, game over event. Game over is if you die. What we also need, what does it do? Float event triggers game on is canvas. What kind of canvas? This canvas. Okay, that is a game ending canvas. Okay. What if we die? Isn't it the game over event? Let's have a look. Now we need the dependency view, and here we have just the end game. But listener, float event trigger, but it only sets the canvas. Okay, what does the canvas do? Animation curve. Alpha, okay, it blends in, understood. And the canvas has, here, reload, and then it reloads the scene. That's at the moment the behavior. If you die, it just reloads the level after a while, showing a little screen, and then reloads scene. But what he does is not reload this scene, but he loads the stats scene. That's another scene where he shows some stats, points you reached, and so on. And from there you can say repeat game, and then you repeat. I will change that that scene later on, depending on how you died. Did you die by reaching the goal, or did you solve the level, the arena, or did you just die? That's another kind of game logic we use. So we will use a scriptable object that will handle all that information, but we do that later. At the moment, I just want to integrate that when these two values are equal, then we just raise the game over event and then the game ends. For the moment, that's okay. So let's use here a gameplay. Arena goal reached, and that is an evaluate, and here we have the possibility to evaluate the dropped. That's a component I already wrote a long time ago, and we have here the count, and we evaluate it against the maximum target dropped on a target value, and if the dropped and the target value is equal, then evaluate on each change. That's important. Then after that the event gets triggered, and then we should just, here's a normal float variable event, and this is a float event, and then we have a game event. We just want the game event. Game over. Simplified version right now. Game over, game event. To do, we need another event instead of game over to show to not just load the stats screen, but continue the game. Trigger, can't write anymore. Trigger the another behavior. Okay. When reaching the goal of the arena. So that should be not a game over event, but a you reach the goal, or we use game over 2 and write into that a payload that says, okay, you won the game. Maybe, I don't know. So should work, I think. We have here the target value, we have the value we evaluate against this value. Let's have a look at the target value. 10. Let's say we just need one single artifact. Same problem again. We need to find an artifact. Okay, let's have a look. There is an artifact, so now we collect the artifact. Now we need to show the player that he has collected a specific amount of artifacts. Now let's get here. Drop it. Game ends. Perfect. Now it should not get red, and now this screen should know, okay, he solved the level, and now I say, okay, you have the possibility to use the shop for your global points, and in the shop you can buy more spaceships and other weapons and so on, and the game gets harder the more progress you have in the game. But I would like to do it in a real simple way. Let's quit the game here. Okay, here's a null reference. I have to look into it later. I don't like null references, but it's okay. When the scene gets unloaded, it's possible that the events fire, but the receiving game object is already killed, and that leads to null references, and I have no idea how to kill that or to solve the problem. Okay, so I think we are done for the moment. I hope it helps. Please write me if you need more information. Changed mine, edit goal, counter, ended game if reached. Okay. Thank you. I will stop here. Till the next time. Thank you.